Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is a profile on Mr. Bill Purcell, who is the candidate for mayor of Nashville. And of course, Mr. Purcell, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you, Dr. Haney. I'm glad to be here.
You know, Mr. Purcell, we've had you with us when you were the member of the Tennessee General Assembly, the majority leader for the House of Representatives, for the party for the House, in the House of Representatives, I think. And that was quite a while ago, but we're still essentially doing the same thing then that now that we did then, and that is to simply try to give our audience an opportunity to get to know some of the individuals that we try to bring to them. And what we'd like to do this morning is to talk to you about your candidacy to be the mayor for Nashville, Tennessee. And I think the best way to do that is to simply start off by having you to give us some information about your background, your education, your experiences, and some of the things that were important in leading you to believe that you can now be the candidate, not only the candidate, but the mayor for the city of Nashville. Let's do it from that perspective.
Absolutely. Well, Dr. Haney, I think, as you know, I was a student at Vanderbilt Law School here in Nashville in the late 1970s. And one of the things that became very clear to me as a young law student was that it was what we do, especially for young people and families, that can make the greatest difference in the lives not only of those individuals but of the community as a whole. And so as a young law student, actually, I began visiting here at Spencer Youth Center and representing children in issues involving family and other matters of juvenile law. From there, I went, upon my graduation, I went to work as a lawyer for the Legal Services Corporation, then in rural West Tennessee initially. West Tennessee was the last large area of America without legal services. And it seemed to me that I could make a contribution there because there had not been that sort of representation provided to both the poor and the unrepresented in that region of our state. In 1981, Walter Kurtz, who was then the public defender here in Nashville, came and offered me the opportunity to work for Metropolitan Nashville, the government here, as a public defender. And so from 1981 until 1985, that was the work that I did in the courts and in the city of Nashville on behalf of a clientele and a constituency, on behalf of the city that knew, I think, that justice is served when both sides are heard. In 1986, based upon those experiences, I thought that I could make the largest contribution in our legislature. At that time in our history, power was moving from Washington to state capitals all across this country. And it was obvious to me from the moment I arrived that this was exactly the place where a person who wanted to make a contribution could make that contribution. In 1990, there was a time of great change in the leadership of the legislature. The Governor McWhorter, had just been reelected, and I saw then the opportunity to provide a greater level of leadership as the majority leader of the Tennessee House. When I sought that position, I knew that there had never been a majority leader from a city, not Nashville, not any city in the history of our state. But I believed then that that was a place that a person who had a vision for what would make a difference in our community and in our state could make that difference. I was very honored to be elected majority leader in '90 and served in that role until 1996. And what I learned in that time is just this simple. It is that you can pass all the laws that you want. You can set all the policies that you want, either in Washington or in a state capital. But in the end, it's what happens at the